Hey, what's up, you guys? This is your boy Ayo Fuzz with the Into the Thick of It podcast. Reimagining the way that we talk to streamers, reimagining the way we connect as human beings. I want to say thank you so much for really rocking with the new change on the podcast. Again, a lot of them are going to be done offline. That's something I want to have more of a genuine conversation. I feel when we're in front of the cameras, we tend to, kind of, embellish a little bit. But here we get to know the person behind that camera, behind the voice, behind the VTuber, and really get to know them as a human being and what they all encompass. Again, guys, cannot thank my sponsors enough. For everyone that voted within the Glitch Energy Flavor Challenge for Lemon Bear Tea, I appreciate you guys doing that so much. You guys did not have to do that. I don't know if it's going to be a thing or not. We're still waiting. We got a couple more days in the challenge, and I'm going to wait till they do the announcement. I hope I win, because if I win, I'm buying like 40 tubs. Because that's one of my favorite flavors. But if you guys want to check out Glitch Energy, they're the ones that pay the light bills. Go check out glitchenergy.com. Use code AOFuzz at checkout for an amazing discount. With that being said, the song of the day today is an amazing song that if you guys haven't already checked out, definitely go check it out. It is from the Has Been Hotel. It is Poison.
Bubble up to cash in. Another lover underneath those flashing lights. Another one of those ruthless nights. Yeah. I should've guessed that this would happen. I should've known it when I looked in your red hot eyes, spewing all your red hot lies. Yeah. What's the worst part of this hell? I can only blame myself. Cause I know you're poison, you're feeding me poison. Addicted to this feeling, I can't help but swallow up your poison. I made my choices, every night I'm living like there's no tomorrow.
And that right there was Poison by Has Been Hotel. If you guys haven't checked out the Has Been Hotel animated series, highly recommend it. It's kind of become my new addiction of like that type of genre of like animated stuff. Plus, I love a pervy like anime. Like I can't. But anyway, I have an amazing guest with me today. The artist formerly known as Rena the Bear. I'm honored to be part of, her coming to light, listening to things that I've said, and giving her a little bit of advice, even though it might be just a little subtle push. She has decided to really hit the ground running with a lot of stuff, and I just appreciate her as a human being. So welcoming to the stage, Vextra. We're going to get right into the thick and girthy of this situation. Tell me why you wanted to change your name.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me, Fuzz. Well, a lot of people don't know that before I became a streamer, I was a mod and community manager. I was one for about 2.5, going on 3 years when I decided that I was going to go ahead and be a streamer. So I went from Rena the Mod to Rena the Mayor, and I was really holding myself back as a streamer because I was holding on to the mod part of my life. And I knew who I was as a mod and a community manager. I didn't know who I was as a streamer. So I wasn't able to really push myself the way I wanted to. I didn't really go out there as much as I wanted to. I didn't know what kind of content I wanted to create, what kind of stream, what kind of games. I knew I mained Apex, but I wanted to do a lot more rather than just maining Apex. And I know a lot of people say, when you stream, be yourself. And even though I was myself, I didn't know exactly how much of myself I wanted to put out there as Rena, because Rena is my first name, obviously. So I was just really holding myself back. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to rebrand. I'm going to do this new name. And I decided VEXTRA6. And for me, Vextra is a very special name. It's a very strong name because it's actually a Vextra 105 is a French armored tank. It's an armored vehicle. And I just wanted to go out there, whatever environment that I put myself out there, I want to go out there and do the best I can, not be afraid to fire shots if I need to, but also protect what's inside. And the G6 is, like the, like fly like a G6, the song.
Oh yeah, I remember that song.
And yeah, and for me, it's, G6 is a jet, obviously, and I want to go places. I want to be fly. I want to be high and do things that I want to do and go places that I want to go as a streamer. And so yeah, Vextra G6 is what I decided.
I like the name change. Again, like we've talked about before, off stream and on stream. Um, you got to think of streaming as a business, and I've said this multiple times to people, and I get so much backlash when I talk about this. You have to create something that, number one, you like, number two is you, and number three is something that you can convey to a community. And basically what you said there is, Vextra, yes, that is a French tank. And being that type of person that you are, you kind of embody that, which is basically, I protect my community, my friends, but I ain't afraid to, let off a couple shots every now and then again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it might need to happen.
It has to happen. As a streamer, as a content creator, you have to have a gun to fire your shots, metaphorically speaking, of course, but you have to be able to just go out there and either defend yourself or have the thick skin, the thick tank like skin, and be ready to do your thing, and not be afraid. And I think one thing too, real quick, is that change. I was always afraid of changing. I was so used to what I knew. Like, I like to stick to what I know, what feels good, what brings me comfort, what's comfortable. I don't like to step outside my box, or the boxes that I have. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta be okay with change. And I think the name change was probably the first step for me to really go out there and do what I need to do to be the streamer that I needed to be.
And that's what I like to tell people is, don't be afraid to rebrand. Don't be afraid to, if you're feeling stagnant in an environment, don't be afraid to change it. There's so many streamers that I come across that are so afraid to try some different shit. Whether it be their games that they're playing, whether it be going and doing an IRL stream, whether it be just content making. Kind of seeing that and going, hey, you know what? This isn't not really where I want to go, but I'm going to change this so I can go where I want to go. Is like 90% of the battle. So I applaud you for going, I said, like I told you, I'm going to plant a couple little seeds with you. It's for you to water them if you want to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to give somebody the blueprint. But I'm going to tell you, hey, it's cool you're doing that, but you could really make your own thing. You don't have to rely on XYZ to get what you need done. And that's really the analogy of this podcast, is kind of bringing light to who you are as a person and really getting to know you. Because yeah, Rena the Mayor, great name, but that's not really who you are as a person. Yes, you do community stuff. Yes, have an amazing community over in Discord. But you're more than a mayor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You're like HR, mayor, president, vice president, armory,
everything, the whole battalion.
the whole battalion.
But actually, Rena the Mayor is who I am as a person. It's not who I am as a streamer. So that's what I wanted to separate. That's what I wanted to get used to, and not hold myself back. And also, too, the one thing about using Rena in as a streamer name is, a lot of times people get my name wrong. They don't know how to pronounce it. They usually say Reina or Renee or Rena, and it's Rena. And sometimes I felt really, me and myself, awkward, correcting people, because there's people were like, some people were just upset when I corrected them. It's like, I'm trying to correct you to say my name right, and then they're gonna get upset. Well, I didn't know, so that's why I'm correcting you. So Vextra's easy. It's simple. Everybody can say Vextra, Vex. G6, the G, it's so much easier.
Look, I'm gonna say right now, I have no room to talk when it comes to names because I still butcher like 3 of my main supporters' names. I'm known to butcher names.
Yeah, probably yours
Um,
too, huh? I'm just kidding.
it's bad. Like
Yeah.
I still call him Barker, and his name's Baker.
Oh yeah.
To this day, I still do, and I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe take a hooked on phonics class or something. But we're gonna jump into a little bit about life.
Mhm.
I like to kind of segue with this is I am not a licensed psychologist. I am nothing like that. I've just experienced things in life, and we can really vibe off of those experiences. My main thing that I wanted to ask you is how do you balance your persona with your personal life, or are they one and the same?
Uh, I'm pretty much one and the same. I've never really changed any personas when I stream. Uh, Mostly in real life, I'm pretty well reserved, and it might be because of my profession. You know, I have more of like a supervisor role at work. I've always had that role in my working career. So I'm a little bit more reserved when it comes to my personal life and my in real life. But on stream, that's pretty much me. That's what you see when you're around me in real life, in going out. I'm more of an introvert in real life than I am on stream, obviously. But no, I've never put on a different facade when I when I stream. I've always been very vibey, very positive, very outgoing, very welcoming, and I don't call the people that are in my communities, quote unquote. I like to call it a society because I actually came from different communities. Um, so my community I call a society where it's a bit of everybody, every community all around. But they've been great. I have an amazing group of people around me, and yeah, it's been fun. It's been pretty special. I've been enjoying it.
And that's something I've noticed. The reason why I say that is because I've been noticing a lot, and I know you notice it too, because we're kind of like one of the like when it comes to this shit. I've been noticing a lot of people changing up the way that they act.
Mhm.
Sometimes for the best, and sometimes for the worst. Just recently on Twitter, I had to go on a straight blocking spree because I was tired of seeing the bitching. Look, I understand there's things going on. Look, I understand you have an opinion. That is great. Use that for good. But when I see you bitching to Eddie, to Santa Maria,
Mhm.
to outside kick staff, to come and oh, why haven't I got my 100 subs? Why haven't I got this? Why haven't I got this? I've been ride or die kick. If you were ride or die kick and all that stuff, you're gonna get it when it's coming to you. There's this thing called the Kick community. If you go to the website, you can actually submit, your experience, your talk. That's how a lot of these people are getting getting the recognition. But if you're not willing to put in the legwork, but you want to sit there on Twitter and bitch about it,
Mhm.
I can't fucking stand that.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I mean,
it's like a pet peeve with me. I can't. Like
yeah.
if you're not
Well,
willing to
too.
put in the legwork, but you want to write a tweet about it, mm,
Yeah. Totally.
mm.
I know it's a big pet peeve. But I mean, online we see so many different. It could be an alter ego, like for me, Vextra. Um, I'm a little bit more aggressive when I have to say something. Normally I don't like confrontation. If I see something that somebody says to me, I usually kind of just not say anything at all. But I've now with my name change, I'm noticing I'm speaking up a little bit more. So it could be a way for people to release. And also, you mentioned the whole bitching thing, and I think bitching for a lot of people is so much more easier to do online. So I think that's another reason why a lot of people do it is because they can, and it's so much easier. It's pretty much a way of life, and they get the reactions, they get the hype over it. So yeah, it's such a it's a very big pet peeve of mine as well because it's never ending, and it's like, come on.
I don't know. It's look for me. It's like because I look at this as a business. This is something that I'm running.
Hmm.
I would never go up to Santa Maria in real life and go, hey, bro, why didn't I get my 100 subs? No.
Yeah.
I would go up, have a conversation with him about Kick on the things that I would change, talk to him in a business aspect, and thank him for his time. That is the appropriate way to go about that. not going up, I haven't been on front page, I haven't been on this, I haven't been on that. Okay, then there's a reason why you haven't been on front page. There's a reason why. There's always a reason. But people just need to figure it out. And definitely I do have to say I've seen you be more vocal, and I really do appreciate you standing up for who you are as a person and the community that you want to bring, because that is a new thing for me in this new year. Is I've decided that I am not going to hold back when I want to say something. You've noticed my tweets have been very to the point, but in an HR sense. Okay. Yeah. They're very worded. Like, I'm not pulling any punches this year. I don't want my name to be dragged across the mud and raked across the coals for something that honestly I didn't even have anything to do with. But, that's just what people like to do. And I'm not going to stand up for it anymore. Trust me, there's already about 5 tweets drafted that I already know is going to start Dramageddon 5.0. But, it's one of those things where I got to say what I got to say. And I have the blessing of my friends. I showed them the tweets before, and they said, no, that's something that needs to be said. They're like, I'm not gaslighting you. I'm not telling you to do it. Like, you've held it in for this long. I'm surprised it hasn't come out. And that's when you're around people that you can really trust, because they're like, I'm surprised you haven't said anything sooner.
Yeah, exactly.
But diving into a little bit about the balance of streaming, do you ever find yourself with like a FOMO or burnout, and how do you really combat that in this space?
I haven't really experienced any kind of burnout, because I know my limits. I know when I need to take a break. Sometimes when I just feel like, I'm not going to stream today because I got something going on, or just because I don't want to, you know. But I really pace myself. I stream pretty much every other day, so I have a day in between to really like do what I need to do, focus on my family, do little side projects and stuff, because I feel like, and I've done streams several times a day, for several weeks, you know, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And for me personally, I can't do it. I've known streamers that can stream 6 days a week, every week, some probably every day, and you know, to each their own. It's great that they can do it, but I can't do that. So I know when to stop. I know when to take a break. Um, I don't want myself to be burnt out, because I know the moment that I do, I'm gonna lose the motivation. I'm just gonna take too much, because I do kind of I do kind of get to my head a little bit, and I do put myself down a lot. So it's just, not in a bad way, but just more like, come on, Vextra, like get with it, like stop procrastinating or something like that. So I've never really experienced a burnout, because I don't put myself in that position to have one.
Yeah,
You know.
I've noticed that you don't, but I also noticed another thing that I want to applaud you for doing is the willingness to collaborate. There
Hmm.
are a lot of streamers within this space that I have reached out to. I have reached out to a bunch of people, just saying, hey, I'd like to have you on the podcast. Hey, I'd like to, if you ever want somebody to game with, be happy to play some games, blah, blah, blah. You're the first person to say, I am down. What time?
Hmm.
Which is
Quickly.
which is amazing to have, and I kind of want to applaud you for that, because there are not a lot of content creators out there in the space that I've noticed, that want that eagerness to grow, and want that eagerness to have their voice heard. So on that note, do you think, is there any advice you could give somebody about collaborating? Is there any advice you could give to because you do it in a special way, and I don't know if you notice it. You're like, yes, like is there any advice you could give to somebody that that is hesitant on collaborating?
Just make sure it feels right. Don't force it. Never force a collaboration because you're never going to connect with that person. Always do your research when you want to collaborate with somebody. Like really follow that person. Doesn't have to be like months or years, but just make sure that person is the right person for you to collaborate with. Make sure they have the right attitude, because I've seen collaborations, I've seen podcasts, even people streaming together there where they agree to do something together, and as soon as that live button hits, they don't mesh well. They don't argue, but you can tell that they don't have that connection, and it just becomes very, very awkward for not only them but for the viewers as well. So always make sure that you do your research when you know who you're going to collaborate with, what you're going to talk about. I would say plan it a month or two in advance. Make sure you have everything set and be ready for it, because when that time goes, you want to naturally be prepared for everything. So prepare, do your research, make sure the time is right, the person is right, the topic is right, and don't force it. Just let things flow. Just naturally let things happen, and you know everything will ride accordingly, and you'll have the best podcast or
Yeah,
collaboration.
it's I always collaborate with people that I have a connection to. It may not be something that like we might not be the same person, but I always have that like, okay, I like this person, I like their vibe, I like what they stand for. I love the games of it, because we have collaborated before, and it was honestly, anytime you ever want to do it again, I don't even care. 'Cause it's just so much fun. I love
Yeah.
playing Apex. I love playing the games with you, even if we decide to branch out into something else. It's a fun time. It's a fun experience. I have to say, I got to give you your props on that. It's good to find somebody you vibe off with and can have a fun time. Because I think like 90% of us collaborating those days was us laughing at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was
Yeah, and
like,
yeah,
what game are we playing?
you gotta have fun with it. You really gotta have fun with the people that you choose to play with. Unless you know that you're playing with high competitive people that specifically want to play to rank or whatever. I'm more of a casual player, so I don't expect too much competitiveness. I just love to have fun. I love to vibe out. I love to just play the game. I don't expect anything back. Just a really great gaming session with everybody. So
Look, there was time you were clapping booty cheeks in Apex. I'm just saying.
hey man, I had to practice my skill.
I'm just saying. We there were a couple times we were playing with YOLO, and I just remember I was like, "Save us, Serena!" And he just came in there and clapped the booty cheeks. I was like,
Oh
"Yes."
yeah, I clapped several. Thank you very much.
Vextra came right up in there and
Yeah.
said hello. And
Yeah.
said hello. I have a
Hello.
machine gun.
Yeah.
Um,
Say hello to my little friend. Actually, it's quite big. Actually,
ooh, oh my. Um,
the gun.
okay. But it's
My
anyway.
my flatline.
Yes, the flatline.
Yes, the flatline.
And speaking on that, what are some games that you really like to play?
Well, obviously Apex. You know what's funny though? When Apex first came out, I played it on my Xbox, and I was playing PUBG at the time, and everybody was talking about this new BR game that came out. I gave it a shot. I probably played maybe 2 or 3 games, and I did not like it. I didn't like the feel of it. I didn't like the busyness of it, the look. I don't like cartoony kind of games. I like more realistic looking. So I gave it up, and then I got my PC. Somebody told me go ahead and try Apex, to help you out with your movement and your shootings and your aim. And I absolutely fell in love with it. I don't know what the PC did to me, but So Apex has been my main games since I've been streaming pretty much. I also enjoy, Marvel Rivals. Just got playing that. Play a little bit of Fortnite. I play Rainbow Six Siege was my baby back in the day. Um, Diablo, Diablo 4 has been another game that I enjoy playing. So I'm kind of like a variety gamer. First person shooter. I can do some third person shooters, but shooter games is my forte.
For me, I come from the competitive scene. So,
Hmm.
like any first person shooter I pretty much played, from 1.6 down to CZ to Counter Strike, that's what I come in from. When Apex came into existence, we did really well as the teams that I was. Shout out to Dub Club. Um, with them, they were extremely high ranked Xbox and PlayStation players. So they were, in the top leaderboards. I learned a lot from them, even though I was on PC, um, learned a lot from them, and we did very well. We placed third place in the dial up gaming tournament. Super didn't even think we were going to get that. It was a kill
Hmm.
race tournament. I was like, there's no way we're getting anywhere. Like, we're going to be last place. We're last place.
Yeah.
Because like every lobby we got into, I don't know what it was, but it was just sweat.
Hmm.
I was like, I feel like I'm in a tournament right now for like $10 million. And this isn't even that. Um, but yeah, it was learning that stuff and being with players that are of that mind, and shout out to Carly. Yes, you are moldable. She'll laugh at that. But no, that's a fun thing to do. And I want to kind of pivot a little bit and talk about life and where we come from in life, because a lot of people don't realize that we're all humans behind this camera.
Hmm.
We have emotions, we have feelings. For me, and I know this is something that a lot of people don't really talk about on the platform. To me, I have a problem with the trolls. Um, I don't understand why a person wants to take their time a day to go to somebody's channel and spam certain things to them. I don't understand it. Have you ever found yourself in a situation like that, and how did you handle it?
Oh, I don't want to I don't want to invite them, but I have no problem with trolls. And I'll tell you why. Trolls for me, they too are humans behind their monitor, their keyboard, their camera, whatever, the screen. And you know, their reasons for trolling is their own. Most of the time they want to get a reaction out of streamers, out of viewers, they like to instigate and be a little, you know, they just like to pinch the outer part of your elbow and twist it, just to get a reaction. That's pretty much all trolls do, is just to get a reaction out of you. What I've done and what works for me is, obviously, I kill them with kindness. You know, I kill them with humor. If they come into my stream and say something, highly inappropriate or something, I clap back and I make it turn it into something funny, comedy. And then I start talking to them. I ask them how they're doing and stuff like that. And then before you know it, they're answering me. They're reacting to what I've got to say. And then sometimes, for the most part, they're like, I didn't get my way with her. She didn't get mad. She didn't ban me, because a lot of times, I don't know what it is, but trolls like to be banned. But and then they'll leave. Or the best case scenario is that they follow and they stay around. There's two people that are in my society right now that started off as trolls and have come every once in a while and watch me stream. So I don't like to give out like a bad reaction or a negative reaction. I don't like to give them what they want. I'm just a very calm, collective kind of person in general. So stuff like that doesn't phase me. It really doesn't. And I know a lot of people, they're like, "Wow, that's pretty crazy." But like I said, their trolls are still human. They're whatever their reasons for trolling is their reasons. But when they come into my stream and they're trolling, I'm gonna try to fight back with the best intentions and to make them not troll is my goal. So so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's look, I don't know why. Maybe it's because me being fucking gay and also, you know, a bear, they come for me when I don't even send for them. And I'm like,
Mm.
"Hello?
Yeah.
Where are you?" Like where I think the best one I had was which I actually laughed about. I guess they'll laugh about it this day. They found out I was gay. They were vibing with me for a good hour, talking,
Yeah.
having a good time. They even subbed up. And then as soon as they found out I was gay, they were like, ew. And I'm like, oh, well, that's, your opinion. I don't, I don't ask you what you do in your bedroom.
Yeah.
I don't. But it's just one of those weird things where I just can't stand the trolls, which
Hmm.
being in the content creation as long as I've had, like I should be used to it at this point, but I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, and that's totally fine. Like if you're not gonna be get used to that kind of thing, then that's something that only you can handle and you can deal with and stuff like that. But you know, um, like I know I just ran into a streamer not too long ago where he just every time a troll comes in, even it doesn't even have to be a troll. It could just be somebody that just sarcastically says something and he just goes off and gets all upset and then starts to ban him and then wants to report him and it's just like you're I mean, me personally I think that's the wrong way to handle things. You got to take it a little bit more lightly, and if they get mad or if they leave because they find out you're gay, then you know what? Ta-ta, have a that's fine with me. You don't need that, you don't need that kind of, person around you anyway. So they kind of people will weed themselves out.
No,
And that's the best part.
they definitely do.
Yeah.
They do weed themselves out. And this kind of jumps into the next question I have. As a streamer, if you could instantly master any skill with streaming, what would it be?
Uh Probably not having pre-jitter anxiety before I hit that like button. It's a I found out it's a common thing, but my heart pounds so fast that I think that I could pass out or that I'm gonna have a heart attack. Or sometimes, right as I'm gonna start to hit live, or I do, um, I get like little palpitations, in my chest, and I just wish that would go away. And then once 15-20 minutes pass by, I'm completely fine. But that's
Um,
something that I would like to eliminate for me.
so with me, if I can master any skill, it would be my OBS not crashing.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
OBS has hoed me on more than one occasion.
Mhm.
I just want to be able to master the skill of having a smooth running stream sometimes, because man, OBS be hell with us.
Mhm. Oh yeah, it
Um,
crashed on me a few times this week.
oh God, I'm like OBS. Can you just not with me today, please? I know you have updates. I'm afraid to update it because every time I update it, something goes wrong. And this kind of leads into the next question: is if your life had any theme song, what would that theme song be and why?
uh, Theme song. I guess the song that kind of just represents me as a person is Three Doors Down. Um, what's that song called? Hold on, let me look it up real quick. I know it's on the tip of my tongue. Three Doors Down. Where is it? I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. Mine is that Sam Smith song with Kim Petras, the Body Shop one. Yeah, that's pretty much what encompasses my life.
Oh, actually, yeah, I found it. It's When I'm Gone.
Oh, that one.
And
Oh shit.
yeah, it just kind of like, you know, um that there's a lot of things that I hold in that I'm, making it in this world the best I can. That I'm still as vibey and as positive as I can be at times. I still struggle. I still have my moments, but I'm doing the best I can overall. And some days you're gonna see it, other days you're not. But I just want to be accepted. I just want to be loved. I want to be appreciated. I want through all of that. So yeah, when I'm gone, kind of always spoke to me as a person. So that
Yeah,
would
so
be it.
that leads into this next one. That kind of encompasses the pushback aspect. Can you share a story where you pushed through a lot of your self doubt? Because I know as streamers we have a lot of self doubt.
Hmm.
Is this gonna work? Is it gonna do this? Or are people gonna accept me? How did you really overcome that self doubt?
My friends, my inner circle. I
Period.
have I have about a good 5 people in my inner circle that I talk to every day. In the gaming community, and they tell me things um that I need to hear, that I have to hear. And sometimes they know me more than I know myself at times. And I know a lot of people have suffered through depression. I was going through depression for 2 years. The first time I've ever had depression, and it really did a number on me. And there was times where I was like, why am I acting this way? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I doing things like this? Like, I was just questioning myself. And then, like I said, I do tend to put myself down a lot. Not in a very demeaning way, but just more like a push yourself, like get it together kind of way. And my inner circle, they tell me, Rena, or Vextra, or no, Rena, because they're talking to me. You're acting this way because of this. You're doing this because this is what happened to you. Remember, or this is remember a couple of days ago. This is what I mean. They kind of put me back into my area that would that waters me down and just allows me to grow a little bit better. And then I have more patience with myself. And the way how I push myself, if I can't rely on my friends, is I just do it. I just got to do it. I got to be okay with change. I got to be okay with letting go. I got to be okay with accepting that not always that things are not going to be going according to my plans. Sometimes I have to improvise. So you just gotta do. So
And, and
that's the
that
way how I
that's
push things.
that's a good way to think about it and look about it. So the last questions I have for you today, these are the thick and girthy, into the thick of it, rapid fire 10 questions. Okay,
Okay.
these are 10 questions that are going to be rapid fire. You have to answer them rapidly, and then
Ooh,
we will
okay.
do our outro. So get ready for it.
All right, I'm ready. Bring it.
Alrighty. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Favorite holiday destination?
Lake Tahoe.
Dream superpower?
To be able to speak all the languages of the world.
What is your
None.
guilty pleasure snack?
Tim Tams.
What is your favorite season?
Fall.
Cat or dogs?
Cats.
Favorite hobby?
Drawing.
Best gift you've ever received?
Best gift. God, there's so many. My PC.
And your last but not least, your favorite go-to karaoke song?
Oh my gosh. Probably the one that sticks out is "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey.
Cannot go. That was the rapid fire into the thick of it. That's what we're going to be doing at the end of every podcast is quick rapid fire questions. Again, I just want to say thank you so much, Vextra, for coming out, having some fun, going on the podcast, being my first guest in this new adventure that I'm doing. I've kind of figured out what I want to do with my podcast. And I really want to say thank you so much for being a crucial part of growing, adapting, and being a friend first and foremost.
You're welcome.
Not to get all sappy and shit.
Nah, this no sappy, no sappy.
Not to get all sappy and shit. But I just appreciate you coming along. So the last minute of the podcast I like to give to you, if there's anything you'd like to self-promote, talk about, or just leave somebody with a piece of advice, the floor is yours.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure, collaborating with you, whether we're playing games, doing this podcast, talking. It's always a joy. I guess I would leave with pretty much how we started with this whole with change, don't be afraid of change. Kind of embrace it. If things are feeling a little wonky for you and things are holding you back, obviously you need to make a change. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. Um, Learn to let go of what you're holding on that's holding you back. I had to let go of my Rena the mayor, and just let things heal. Let it go. Um, Promotion wise, I don't really have anything. I mean, I don't really promote myself to begin with. But I mean, you can catch me on Kick. You can catch me on Twitch. I stream on Twitch twice a month. The second and fourth Mondays of every month. So you can catch me there on Twitch. But no, that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you for coming along, having some fun, Cuck Duck and Kiki, and get to know you a little bit better. And you did very good on the rapid fire questions.
Thank you, thank you.
those are going to stumble some people. So again, appreciate you guys coming through, having some fun, and rocking with your boy in these kick streaming streets. We will see you on the next episode of the Into the Thick of It with your boy AO Fuzz. Appreciate you being here. We will see you in the next one. Till next time, remember to spay and neuter your spouses. Have a good one. Peace.